EIT Food Innovation Prizes Competition 2020. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Łukasz Cioch, and this is our 15th country final. Today, we're in Croatia. For those of you who have not had a chance to see any previous finals, it's one of the largest agri-food startup competitions in Southern and Eastern Europe, where we award prizes to entrepreneurs and early-stage startups developing innovative products and services with the potential to transform our food systems. This month, we are running online finals in 17 countries in Southern and Eastern Europe, and we are awarding prizes to the most innovative and ambitious agri-food startups. I hope you'll enjoy watching this year's 15th country final. Only 2 more to go, ladies and gentlemen. As we all know, the last few months have all been about coronavirus, COVID-19, and pandemic repeated over and over again in every news broadcast worldwide. And yet, we still know far too little about the virus itself to fully contain it, let alone make sure we are not going to face another series of nationwide lockdowns in autumn. COVID-19 is believed to have started at a food market in China in late 2019. It has seriously impacted the food systems, indeed, entire economies and international exchange of goods and services. We've seen millions of people rely on food banks and countless processes disrupted, many of which we're so used to that we took them for granted, quite simply. But we are also witnessing some good things. People are returning to cooking more, planting their own fruits and vegetables, shopping more locally, supporting local farmers and local producers. Many companies and institutions have migrated online, which, if you look at the carbon footprint impact in itself, however temporary, is also a positive side effect of the situation. It is a very important wake-up call, an opportunity that can all too easily be wasted, an opportunity to transform our food systems towards much healthier, safer, and more sustainable solutions. This is why the world needs bright, fast-paced startups to make a difference, to really make a difference. The startups you will see pitching today dedicate themselves day in, day out to bring that transformation about. And to say that 2020 has not exactly been an easy year for anyone would be probably an understatement. EIT Food decided to move its Innovation Prizes competition online and to the summer season to make sure that startups can rely on funds as and when they need it most. Today in the Croatian final, we'll meet 7 ambitious early-stage agri-food startups. And to kick off today's country final, we'd like to welcome to our virtual stage the representative of the EIT Food Hub in Croatia, Ivan Štefanić from Terra Technologies. Terra Technologies is one of the organizers of this final, and Ivan will tell us about Terra and how they work together with EIT Food. Hello, Ivan.
Hi, Łukasz. Greetings to our finalists, jury members, and the audience. What to tell? Terra is regional technology transfer and business development institution for northeastern Croatia. But in practice, we are only one-stop shop for innovative entrepreneurs. And this is our 3rd year as a national hub of EIT Food. I'm extremely proud of our finalists. So far, we had a lot of innovative entrepreneurs. We had a lot of enthusiastic students and entrepreneurial scientists. Our intention is to support them even beyond this competition. Finally, we would like to see them in the economy providing those splendid goods and services. And we would use all of available tools from our toolbox. And this is a big and efficient toolbox. It is also a great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. It is really a great expert in entrepreneurial education, former employee of Agency for Human Capital Development of the European Commission in Turin, Italy, also founding and executive director of South European Center for Entrepreneurial Learning in Zagreb, at the moment with Austrian Development Agency on the mission in Kosovo, helping them to boost technology and knowledge-based economy. Miss Efka Heder. So I hope you're going to enjoy her speech, and you will have fun delivering your pitches and getting success. So much from my side.
Ivan, tell me, do you have a favorite today? Without sharing the name, of course.
Oh, they are all favorite. All finalists prepare their pitches well. They prepare their business plan well. And our intention is not to support only finalists or winners. We'd be glad to support all of them.
As a noble cause to have, and the right cause, I presume, given the area of activity. But may I have a quick request? Can you please take a piece of paper and write down the top 3 names that you think will win today's competition, and see if that's the case at the end of the program of today's country final, okay?
Agree. No problem.
Thank you. Enjoy and stay with us, Ivan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ivan Stefanic from Terra Technopolis, and now we're joined by Julia Bodnar of EIT Food. Hello, Julia. How is your level of Zoom fatigue after the last 14 finals?
Good morning, Lucas. It is definitely there, but I think that the more finals we have, the more we enjoy it, because in every single country we have different finalists, different ideas. So as much as this month is busy for the Innovation Prizes team, we're also enjoying it immensely.
Can you answer one question before you give us a background about EIT Food? Is it really much easier to organize an online final compared to a real-life event in a conference center?
I believe it has its similarities, but also in some ways it is more difficult for sure. We managed to find some techniques or methods to make sure that participants don't have any problems with delivering their pitch. That's why the pitches today are pre-recorded, so there are no problems with connection whatsoever. So you do have to think through many little things that you obviously don't have in the physical event settings. I think both formats are great. Obviously, nothing will replace the physical settings, but in the times like these, I believe that formats like online final is the only one available, and we definitely make sure to get the most of it.
And much as we like meetings and networking, only one of those formats is really good for the planet, much as we don't like to admit it. Julia, tell us more about EIT Food. Why, when, how, what for? The floor is yours.
Great. Thank you very much, Lukas, for welcoming me. Hello, everybody. Great welcome to all of you joining the Croatian final. My name is Julia Bodnar. I work for EIT Food, and our mission is to transform Europe's food system, make it more sustainable, trusted, and healthier, both for people and for our environment. For those of you who have never heard about us, and I believe that's very possible, EIT Food is an initiative that was started by the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We do lots and lots of different things. We organize so many activities, but probably the easiest way to think about EIT Food is a network of key players in the food system. So we work with biggest food companies in the world and Europe, Nestle, PepsiCo, Maspex, Valio, VTT, leading universities, University of Cambridge, Technion, University of Helsinki, just to name the few, research organizations, startups and scale-ups, to bring about a transformation in the food system. And as Lukas mentioned before, we do need this transformation more than ever. In the last couple of months, we saw how easily our food system can be disrupted. And a part of all these changes, we still waste a lot of food that we produce. We still have the problems of obesity and malnutrition in different parts of the world. So you don't really have to look far to spot so many problems that our food system faces. And they need to be solved right now, or at least as soon as possible. And we really believe that startups can be a key part of this transformation. So while we do many activities in education, public engagement, and innovation, entrepreneurship is one of the key areas that we focus on. So we're trying to help startups at any stage of their development. Whether you've got an idea, a young business, or a more mature company, we've got different programs to help you grow. So the Innovation Prizes competition is one such program in the launch vertical. And as our host already mentioned, this competition is organized in 17 different countries of Southern and Eastern Europe. In each country, we shortlisted 7-8 startups to compete for 3 main cash prizes: 5,000 euros, 3,000 euros, and 1,000 euros. Additionally, there is also an audience prize, so the viewers of our online final can also vote after all the pitches are done and award their favorite startup. And the startups that we support in this competition, they're early stage, so our goal is to provide them with training, mentoring, and cash prizes so they can successfully grow. To mention a couple of other programs that I'm sure will be interesting for food entrepreneurs watching the final. For early stage startups, we also have a program called Seedbed. In this program, we give you the money, the skills, the contacts to go out and validate your business. We really push you to reach out to your potential customers, talk to at least 100 of them, and use this feedback to strengthen your business model, your value proposition, and figure out your next steps. Then for the medium stage companies, we have a program called Food Accelerator Network, FAN in short. And this program is for ambitious entrepreneurs who've got some traction on the market, but are looking to develop new skills, get access to investors, media, new customers, work and learn from the best experts and partners in our network. This program has been called a mini MBA, and it really is a fantastic opportunity for any agri-food startups out there. And finally, we've got a program called Rising Food Stars. This is our network of 50 plus high impact scale-ups, so more mature and developed companies who are looking to expand to different markets and scale up further. These scale-ups are getting partnered up with some of the biggest food companies in the world, Danone, Valio, John Deere, basically our partners, and they are doing innovation projects together. So by doing so, they can bring the change to the food system much faster and scale up much faster as well. We really got lots of different opportunities and support programs. I've shown you just a couple of them today, not to take too much time from our virtual stage. You're very welcome to get in touch with us directly. Find me and my colleagues on LinkedIn. Our emails are also on the website. Our job is to help as many innovative food entrepreneurs as possible. So if that's you, please do not hesitate to reach out. And on this note, I'd like to thank you for your attention, for joining our online final in Croatia, and wish good luck to all the startups competing today. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Julia Bodnar of EIT Food. Listening to Julia, I felt that, well, I wish 5 years ago when I was starting my own consultancy, I had such a wonderful ecosystem to access and learn from. So use it and take advantage of having access to such great opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. We have 7 startups today competing for the country final prizes. First prize, 5,000 euros, second, 3,000, and third, 1,000 euros. These prizes will go to the teams who, in our jury's opinion, have the most innovative and impactful solutions for our food system. Moreover, the winner of the first prize will be invited to the grand final in autumn, where the finalists from 17 countries will compete for prizes up to 25,000 euro. Apart from that, all first prize winner will have access to fantastic top quality training. Last but not least, we'll also be awarding the audience prize during today's final. I don't have to repeat that too often, I hope, but the audience, you, ladies and gentlemen, all of you watching us now on YouTube, on EIT Food channel, already commenting and lobbying for your favorite startups, are of critical importance for this competition. During the jury deliberations and during our keynote speech, you'll have some time, actually only 5 minutes, to cast your vote for the startup that you think has the biggest potential impact on our food system and also health and environment, hopefully. The startup that wins your hearts and minds will also get 2,000, not 5,000, 2,000 euro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our today's jury. We have Hervoje Galicic with us, Spomenka Kovac and Vyacheslav Jukic. Hello, good morning. Good morning, madam. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. You can hear me, I presume. Normally, we could do it two ways. One way would be for me to give a lengthy introduction of your lifetime achievements. But there is a more interesting way to do it, because you will be the ones to ask questions to our competitors today. So why not start with me asking you a tough one to begin with and try answering it in under 30 seconds, if possible. The question is, what makes you qualified to pass a fair judgment at the end of the day? Can we start with Hervoje?
Yeah, of course. First of all, to be here, and congratulations to all the candidates and all the projects at the moment. To answer your question, I work in the development bank. At the moment, I work at the position of the advisor to the management board. And for the last 15 years, I've been working with the small and medium enterprises in terms of financing their projects, in terms of developing their projects. So from that point of view, I really believe I have quite a significant experience in let's say, decision making and looking into the projects.
I couldn't agree more, Hervoje, but nothing better than a slightly provocative question to raise your adrenaline level so that questions and answers can be more dynamic. Thank you, Hervoje. Spomenka.
Okay, I am Spomenka Kovac. I used to work at University of Osijek on Faculty of Food Technology. I'm professor of chemistry and chemistry. I used to work with many projects of food, little startups. And I worked with Ivan in Terra Technopolis for many years.
Wonderful. I suspect our competitors will be getting really tough questions from you, Spomenka. Thank you very much. It's great to have you with us. And last but not least, we have Vyacheslav with us. Hello.
Hi, I'm Vyacheslav Jukic. As I said, today's day in the Ministry of Environment and Energy, and now I will become the Ministry of Economy. And I don't know, something like that, but Ministry of Economy. I'm in energy sector, but I'm the part of a food academy. I also have experience in this kind of judging, and that I also have experience in EU funds and in development of research innovation strategy for Croatia. So basically, I think I will manage to be good in this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's Hervoje, Spomenka, and Vyacheslav. And I believe I'm entitled now to say, dear competitors, expect a fair judgment at the end of the day. Thank you to all the jury members for finding the time and joining us. And time for our first competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, our first competitor, Zeus Biotics, biotech startup developing probiotics for the use in beekeeping.
Hello, I am Philip from Zeus Biotics, and our team is developing probiotics for honeybee health. I'm sure most of you have heard about the recent catastrophic honeybee losses that happened in Croatia, and this news has also reached international media. The situation is even worse in the West, with US beekeepers facing yearly losses of around 50%. That's half of his colonies the beekeeper loses every year. Normal sustainable loss rates are around 10%. The high losses are due to intensifying pesticide use in agriculture and the eradication of wildflower meadows. This lowers honeybee health and immunity, making them more susceptible to parasites and disease. The present solutions beekeepers have at their disposal to protect honeybee health all involve chemicals like antibiotics that help the bees in the short term, but lead to a decrease in colony immunity and a severe reduction in colony performance in the long term. Our approach takes advantage of honeybees' natural allies, beneficial bacteria that live inside their guts. These bacteria live in a symbiotic relationship with the bees, helping them digest complex sugars from flowers and ward off pathogenic bacteria. We have isolated these beneficial bacteria from healthy honeybees in the lab, cultivated them, and produced a prototype probiotic, which we have also tested on our colonies in the field. We are confident that this product will increase honeybee colony size, immunity, and ultimately honey yield up to 40% without any negative side effects. During the past year, we have researched our market and talked to dozens of beekeepers from all over Croatia and produced the prototype. We plan to commence commercial production and sales in 2021 and later expand into global markets. Our total expenses, including production, salaries, etc., are €4 per beehive, while the price we would charge for an annual treatment would be €10 per beehive. We hope to treat 10,000 beehives the first year, increasing to 200,000 beehives in 2023. We plan to market our product for beekeeping magazines and by direct offers to large commercial beekeepers. Our main R&D partner in this endeavor is Biocenter Zagreb, which will optimize the production process of our probiotic to make it more suitable for large-scale production. We have already raised €7,000 for this stage, and we need a further €3,000 for the completion of the first stage. Our main competitors are producers of antimicrobial substances that are being slowly phased out due to their toxicity, both to honeybees and humans. Alternative solutions based on algae or essential oils also exist, but it is important to note that our product could act synergistically with these new solutions and augment their effectiveness. Our team consists of 3 biotech graduates, Vladimir, our CEO and also beekeeper, myself responsible for R&D, Daniel in charge of production, Denise in charge of sales, and Alexander responsible for all legal aspects. We hope this product will only be the starting point for our company on an entirely new frontier, probiotic additives for farmed insects, which is in itself a rapidly expanding industry. Our product tackles serious problems looming over the beekeeping industry. These problems could eventually threaten our entire food supply, due to the bee's vital role in pollination of agricultural crops. Our product is a step in the right direction and will reduce these risks and do so in an eco-friendly way. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our first competitor. We have Filip Uljanic joining us live now. Hello, Filip.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Filip, tell me, what was your preparation for this final? You're the first competitor of the day. Did you watch any of the previous finals? Was there any special process involved? Share some of the secrets.
Well, since we already took part in several other startups in the past years, there was a little change to the actual presentation, but most of it was already learned by repeating it many times over the several startup competitions.
What you're really saying, Filip, is that you're ready to deliver a stellar performance in your Q&A session. Is that the case?
Yes, that is true.
Enjoy. 5 minutes. Over to you and the jury.
If I may, yeah, can you hear me? Yes, Filip.
Yeah.
Just one question. presented the possibilities of this whole product and the situation on the market, and it was really great to hear someone has a potential solution for this issue. With question, me being a banker, is first of all, do you have the, let's say, some kind of what are the total costs of these investments? So what amount of money is needed to start this project? And did you think about the potential financing such an investment? Thank you.
So the investment on the first two phases, which are necessary to start actual production of the probiotic, together is about 30,000 euros. And the next stage, or serial production, to cover 1 year of production, would be an additional 35,000 euros. And we have thought about applying all to European Union funds for small and medium enterprises to fund these stages, but are also thinking of actually seeking investment from venture capital.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
You have a project. Do you have any potential customer for now?
So up until now, we have talked to many beekeepers and beekeeping associations in Croatia, and most people that we talk to who are beekeepers, whether they're small or hobbyists or professional beekeepers, they are interested at least in trying our product, because they also expect this product to be beneficial to their yearly yield of honey, and there is currently a lack of effective products for microbial infections, because antibiotics are phased out in the European Union and are also being phased out in the United States. So I think at least to give the probiotic to someone to try who is a beekeeper, I think there is definitely interest in that respect.
Okay, thank you.
Now it's my turn, right? You show us the market as Croatia and United States. What about the Union? I presume that it's not easy to go to United States regarding the licensing, regarding the market potential and all that. So
the Croatia is actually our first market because it's closest to us, it's easiest to understand, and it's logistically better suited or best suited. But European Union would be the next step, and the United States would be the final prize, because in the United States there is many more beekeepers who have over 1,000 beehives, so they are very large commercial beekeepers, and we can actually sell our product directly to them, cutting out the middleman, like agricultural pharmacies, which would increase the profit margins for us. And also one thing that is specific to the United States is that they're only half of the profits that the honey beekeepers get every year comes from honey. The other part comes from pollination services, for example, for almonds, and the probiotic might actually increase the performance of honeybees in this respect. So that is also a big financial incentive for the beekeeper, for example, if he's in the United States, to use our product.
Okay,
30 seconds.
But it would be fantastic if you show the numbers for the Europe also, as you presented for the United States. But okay, I'm satisfied with your answer. Thank you.
Let me, Philip, just one more question. Let me come back to the investment that you will do. As I understood, in the first phase, the production will be within your suppliers. So you will not have the production only. Of course, you have the know-how, you have the recipe, you have the potential, let's say, issue how to resolve this problem. but the production of the probiotics will be within some of your suppliers. Do you have one supplier that you are at the moment discussing to, or do you have several options which would be, let's say, potential solution for production of these probiotics?
So we plan to produce it in cooperation with contract producers who have all the necessary machinery and resources to produce large quantities of the probiotic, because it would be too big of an investment for us to build an entire facility to produce a probiotic. And so the first batch, we have already been talking with certain institutes, both in the European Union, but also in some other third countries, which might have the capacity to produce it, but also to optimize the product for large industrial production in such quantities. So yes, we were talking with several possible suppliers.
Philip, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi there. I had to stop it. I hope you heard me. I know it's always a good strategy to pretend you can't hear the MC trying to interrupt you. Always smart, but the advantage of being the first one is that I gave you a little bit extra time. That's also because the jury was in the warm-up stage, asking their questions, taking up a bit more time to formulate those questions. So it's also a request to our jury members to try and manage the question under 30 seconds. Philip, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck in the competition.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our first competitor, Philip, representing Zeus Biotics. And now we shall proceed to the second competitor of the day, Crop Shepherd, mobile robot with AI, computer vision, and a laser used for organic weeding.
My name is Leon, and I am the co-founder of Team Crop Shepherd, where we are working hard to bring you organic produce at lower prices and greater availability. I want to begin by giving you an understanding of a global trend that is most easily seen in these three European countries, Croatia, Bulgaria, and Ireland. That is the rapid increase in the land area under organic farming, driven by the growing demand for organic produce. In the period from 2012 to 2018, Croatia had a threefold increase from 30 to 100,000 hectares, Bulgaria tripled from 40 to 120,000, while Ireland doubled from 50 to 100,000 hectares. Because organic farming is highly regulated, names of organic farmers can be found in publicly available databases. Just in Croatia, this amounts to more than 5,000 farmers. There are three main issues working against the farmers: weeds, insects, and fungal diseases. In conventional agriculture, pesticides are used to combat each of these issues. However, in organic agriculture, the use of pesticides is strictly regulated. There are some means of dealing with fungal diseases and insects, but there are no chemicals allowed for dealing with weeds. Instead, farmers have to use plastic foil, hand tractors, and hand tools to manually deal with the weeds, or else their crops will be overgrown by competing weeds and their yields greatly diminished. And since reliable workforce is nowhere to be found, farmers have to limit their production to fields they can manage personally. The only way to expand is to use automation. The solution must be applicable to many crops, should require only minimal human intervention, and cannot use any herbicides. There are three companies trying to provide that solution. The first is Nile Technologies. Their robot, Dino, autonomously drives through crop rows and mechanically plucks out the weeds, for a $220,000 price tag. Then there is Tertil by Franklin Robotics, a bit cheaper at $350, but the problem is you have to put a wire around every plant you want to protect, and it's only intended for small garden use. Then there's BonyRob by Deep Field Robotics. Works similarly to Dino, but is much smaller. However, it's still not for sale. But they all have problems. Every mechanical tool will wear out, and it can get entangled in weeds. It's hard to kill weeds that are near the crops without damaging them. Mechanical weeding requires a lot of energy, and this affects the robot's range on the field. But what if there is a better way? Luckily, My team has taken on the task of providing these farmers with a better way of dealing with weeds. The solution is this compact, autonomous, mobile robot that uses computer vision and artificial intelligence to control a powerful laser beam capable of destroying a weed in just a few seconds without any need for herbicides. No mechanical weeding, requires minimal energy per plant, and can safely kill weeds that are close to the crops. To make this work, we'd have to come to the field, input the GPS coordinates and the number of crop rows, and then leave the robots to do their work. If deployed early enough, one robot will be able to handle 1 hectare of land area. If the weeds have progressed, or if there is more than 1 hectare, multiple robots will coordinate their actions and work together, in a swarm. One robot should cost about €2,000, and a weeding service should cost about €500 per hectare. We have found strong interest from both conventional and organic butternut pumpkin farmers and lettuce growers who have to deal with weeds that have become to the used herbicides. And this is our team. My job is to source components and design and manufacture the robot's frame and mechanical parts. Daniel is an expert on artificial intelligence, and he's in charge of building the neural network, while Milivoy, with his extensive experience in system integration, makes sure that all of the components work together in harmony. The first prototype we built demonstrated basic mobility, battery capacity, laser beam effectiveness, and crop and weed detection. The second prototype is under rapid development and will demonstrate autonomy, advanced mobility, and an improved laser beam targeting system. Thanks to EIT Food Seedbed and EIT Digital, we'll hopefully have enough financing to finish the second prototype, complete our customer discovery journey, and incorporate our company. But we'll need much more to acquire patents, conduct research on the effects of laser treatment of weeds, and expand our manufacturing capabilities. Then, hopefully, we can start field trials with early adopters and enter the Croatian market. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Crop Shepherd. We have Leon Andreza joining us live now. Hello, Leon. Hi, how are you?
Hello, Lukasz.
Well, Crop Shepherd is one way to call it, or weaponized field Tesla would be another, I suppose. How did you come up with this idea in the first place?
Well, I'm really involved in 3D printing, and there has been a movement of putting these lasers onto the heads of 3D printers, and then they effectively turn them into laser engravers. So I said, why just not put it on a couple of wheels and give it some artificial intelligence, and we have a robot that will solve a lot of weeding problems.
Well, watching you and your presentation felt a bit like watching the real-life version of Interstellar. You remember the scene in the All right, enjoy. 5 minutes with the jury.
Thank you.
Leon, one question. Hi, Hrvoje Gališi speaking. How did you came to the costs of €2,000 per unit? Is this something that you would like to achieve, or this is something that is achievable because the price is quite low?
Definitely, and we get that question a lot. Well, we do really want to make this technology available to all farmers to really make an impact, to really reduce the amount of herbicides used. And because we are making a small package that is primarily targeted for 1, 2, 3 hectare farms, but can be scaled up easily to bigger farms, it is possible.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm interested in your team. I think in your team is missing a person who is in market research. Did you make market research?
Thank you for that question. And yes, we also get that often. And when we develop our prototype, that's when it's really good, in good shape and ready for market, we will seek out that person. As for market research, we have conducted more than 40 interviews with Croatian farmers and some contacts around the world. And we really sometimes, I talked to one farmer who grows this butternut pumpkin farmers, and I asked him, from seed to table, how much work goes into weeding? And they say 50 to 60%. And that's unbelievable because they cannot scale. They have to limit their production only to fields that they can manage with their families. And that's really sad because they could be making more money.
Okay. You should expand your team with such a person. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
If I may now, I hope that you hear me because I have some technical problems with camera. So you cannot see me, but I hope that you can. Well, my question is,
I do hear you.
Okay, you pointed out, okay, the problems with the competition, but I didn't understand how you manage with crop near the plant, near the real plant, because you said that the problem with the mechanical removing of the plant is that you damage the real crop. So why your solution is better regarding this problem?
Well, this comes down to the physical property of the laser beam. Now, a laser beam is a very tight, singly directed beam of light. And we can aim that beam of light easily to where it is needed. So we can, maybe if the weed is 1 centimeter or 5 millimeters away from the plant, we can target that weed only, and it will get destroyed without damaging the crop. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Leon, one further question. Do you plan to do your own production of the robots, or do you plan to do it in cooperation with some other companies?
Thank you. One thing that's fortunate about 2020 is we have the technology for 3D printing. And this allows us to manufacture parts very quickly. And yes, there is a lot of hassle with manual labor, but this really lowers the entry point for manufacturing. And we are very hopeful that we can do it here in Croatia.
And how long can the one active, not in during the day, but is it possible to use the same robot for 1 year, 5 years? What is the estimation period of utilization of these robots? They die.
Okay, well, that's it's really early for us to make that call, but 3 or 5 years of effective use of that robot would be very good. But it should pay for itself a lot earlier than that.
15 seconds. I guess that would be all the questions for you, Leon.
And these were great questions. Thank you.
Well, I suppose now that I've mentioned Interstellar, it's only proper that we should get questions from Vyacheslav from the outer space, as if. So, Leon, good luck with your project and best of luck in the competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Goodbye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, there was Crop Shepherd, our second competitor, and now we shall proceed to the third competitor, Maccabi. Small capsules for big plants and functional food.
I'm representing Maccabi Agritech, Research and Innovation Technology for Agro-Health sector. One of the main problems of today's society is the climate changes. The main cause of climate changes are excessive usage of organic chemicals in modern agricultural production, which are causing negative impact on nature, increasing the pollution, increasing the greenhouse effect, increase the temperature, decrease the level of rainfall, and decrease the number of the fertile fields. Because of that, we need to unlock the potential of indoor farming in smart cities of the future to produce the functional food. So our solution is a smart capsule technology, which is agroecological product produced by green chemistry process. This product has got a technology with 3-in-1 effect. So at the same time, we have a plant protection, plant nutrition, and time release mechanism of bioactive components. So this formulation were innovated in the last 4 years of research, and we apply this formulation on different plant cultures from tomatoes and lettuce in open field greenhouses, hydroponics, and polyarly way of application. So we have got a prototype ready. So we need to make a patent application protection and also the upscaling of the production with our industry partners. So we are mainly focused on the business growth, networking, marketing, and collaboration. So our magic story started about a year ago when we set up a company. So we have got a lot of clients which test our formulation on different plant cultures, and we have got very good results. So our next step is commercialization, marketing, visibility, and partnership. So we would like to be a bridge between academia and private sector, and to make different types of projects which could be applied in the modern agricultural production. So this is an agroecological product, so we are mainly focused on local organic producers. So we are thinking locally, but we are growing globally. So we would like to conquest the market of European Union and the world. As I said, we are in process of the raising the funds of for the patent application. But as you know, the patent application is a very expensive process. We have got a lot of competitors, and they're mainly very big and international companies, and they're mainly focused on the mass market. Our product is unique with unique properties, so we will turn our competitors into our clients and partners. It's all about the green. So the main financial flow will be through different acceleration programs, also through national and international projects, and by upscaling and by the direct selling of our microcapsule formulations to our clients, and you can see the financial flow in the next 3 years. So our stairway to smartness is to make the patent application, to finish different types of acceleration programs, different national and international projects, but also the upscaling and licensing of our formulations. All of this will be impossible without my team, which has got 17 years of experience in the fields of chemistry, biotechnology, microbiology, food processing, agroecology, and management. So with this financial aid, we could continue our investigation of smart capsule technology. Also, we could make the patent application, but also we could work with our partners and make other formulations which could be put on the market. So at the end, I am calling you for one action, because as you know, we cannot change the past, but we could change the future. But only together we could work on the positive way. So both academia, private sector, and policymakers, we could make a change. We could make our world better, greener, healthier, and happier. And thank you very much for your.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Maccabi, our third competitor. We have Marko Vincekovic joining us live for the Q&A. Hello, sir. Unmute, please. Marko, we cannot hear you, so can you please try and unmute, unless we have a connection issue?
And okay, and
now we can hear you. Yeah, good.
And
hello.
And nice day all.
Marko, I need to make sure that the connection is has the right quality for the connection with the jury. So let me ask you another question. How does it feel to be watching your competitors? We have already watched 2 presentations so far.
If I hear you very well, I feel as I third competition, which very good of of the startup ideas.
Marco, I'm
And
afraid we can barely hear you. I'm afraid it sort of interrupts every second
I've
word.
got a problem.
So I could just try connecting, putting you through to the jury, but I suppose we can start and try if the jury can hear you. So let's do it and see.
Thank you.
It's not easy to hear you. Indeed, we have little problems. I will ask just one question. You are planning to start your production in very demanding market with large competitor companies. You said that you plan to make your competitors your partners. How do you do it?
Marco, sorry, we need to stop. It will not work. Marco, but don't worry, we'll come back to you at the end of the series. In the meantime, try and get yourself a proper optical fiber connection, preferably cable, so that you can answer all the jury questions. You will have your 5 minutes at the end of the competition. So I'll come back to you. Thank you for now.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to proceed now to Vimy Agro matching network platform that provides info from field to the table.
Hi everybody, I'm Marco and I'm the CEO of the company Vimy. And today I'm going to show you how we plan to disrupt food market in near future. 1.3 billion tons of food goes to waste each year. That's approximately $400 billion. Primarily causes in retail is 70% is logistic problems because of the wrong labels, broken boxes and broken EU pallets, and 30% it's quality problems. Starting with the producer, going to supplier, going to the retail. One of the biggest problems is food waste, and we find a solution for that. Reusing the goods, selling it to the food outlets, and also using it as a resource, as fuel. Traceability for everyone, it's our solution, using the traceability platform, smart logistics, and also digital label. Traceability platform is using PID as producer identity or profile identity, and we already have more than 2 million products on the market using the neutral label of origin. In the system, we have more than 1,400 producers, and also we have more than 28,000 unique visitors. Our smart logistics system is based on 10 years of experience and already is in use with more than 1,400 tons of goods, ensuring daily deliveries, reducing food waste and reducing CO2 emission. Our digital label, the crown jewel of digitalization that we like to call, could save up to 15% of all food wasted in retail, and that's approximately 135 million tons of goods. Our presence, at the moment in retail, you can find more than 6,500 tons of goods labeled with neutral label of origin. As you can see on these pictures, there are lots of products already with the QR codes and PID on the market. Our team is a team of professionals and experience, and everything that we do in Vimy is possible because of this experience and 25 years of it. So our reach today is that we have more than 20 clients, and we are covering more than 22,000 hectares of land, and also we have more than 1,400 producers across Greece, Spain, and Croatia. So we opened Vimy in 2017, and in numbers, only in 2020, we managed to save more than 650 tons of food. Our plan for the future is in next year to disrupt the market with new apps, and one of them is for traceability and using artificial intelligence. Media is covering everything what Vimy is doing, and also we are supporting every conference in food industry. Join us in early mission to build together a new food market based on trust. Thank you from Vimy team.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Vimy Agro. We have Marco Koziak joining us live now. Hello, Marco.
Hi.
There's a huge clock right behind you. Am I supposed to interpret it in any symbolic fashion?
No, I just like to look at the clock because I have only a few minutes to answer the questions.
Exactly. So without further ado, make sure you enjoy it. 5 minutes.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Marco. One question. How do you plan to, let's say, you are in a product which typically can have quite a strong competition. How do you plan to manage the competition in these kind of activities?
Because that we are quite specialized in food sector, but we are not only providing traceability, not only providing food waste, not only providing logistics service, we combine all together to make a result. And this is the main difference between the competition and us, because when we provide the traceability, we can reduce food waste and also provide smart logistics for cutting the CO2 emission. And we combine all three things in one company. So full service practically, circular economy.
Thanks.
Hi, Marco.
Hi.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
How can you avoid food waste?
We can avoid food waste. We specialize in retail food waste before it gets in the retail, because on a daily basis you have return of the goods between 40 and 250 tons of food from the retail that nobody knows because it never entered the retail. And the main problems are 70% is because of the logistic problems, 30% because of the food waste. With those 70%, we take it to the warehouse, change the UO pallet, change the boxes, change the labels, and we bring it back in the retail in the next 24 hours. So retailer is not losing, supplier or producer is not losing money. And 30%, if we have quality issues, then we reselect the goods and also return it in the retail in the next 24 hours, first quality. And the second quality goods, we sell it to the food outlet or donate to the other people.
And who is your target audience, producer or customer?
This is the full concept of circular economy. So we start with the producer, supplier, retail, and then consumer. Because producer is using PAD, supplier is using PAD and logistics service plus food waste service. Retail is using also PAD, and then consumer is consuming the PAD as a producer identity.
Okay, thank you.
It's Yakoslav. I'm invisible, but I hope that you hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. My question is, please try to explain me more about what is the role of end consumer in your platform.
End consumer is practically mainly because of the traceability. So at this moment, you can go to any retail in Croatia and find any mushrooms, potatoes, and something like it. And you can just click the code and find out who is the producer, GPS location of the production, what he's really doing. So we are providing to the end consumer brand of each producer. So that's the role of the end consumer, and it's free for to use it.
Okay.
And this is why we call it neutral label of origin.
Just one further question. If I understood well, you already developed the application with most of your, let's say, elements that should be in. You are still in the development.
At this moment, we are using QR codes because it's the simplest to use, and you can just open your phone with the camera. You don't need an app, Vimy, to read the code. So that's the best option. And we are in development of artificial intelligence. Stage 1 is already developed. We are the only company, as I know it, in the world that could use that are using artificial intelligence to recognize the product and the producer behind the product. So this is practically in the stage 2 development. Next year we are planning putting it on the market. And we are not using photo recognition.
And your estimation on potential investment in this part of development, what is the needed amount of the money?
At the moment, we are practically negotiating with investors for 2.2 million to 3.3 million in next 3 years, and then we are going to venture capitals with practically more money to conquer the market, because already we are in 10 European countries providing service of logistics and food waste and traceability, but we would like to open practically more offices and combine all of these European countries to whole European Union. So yeah, we need more money to scaling on the whole Europe, not only Croatia and those 9 other countries.
So this whole EIT content is more about the presentation and less about the money, because the amount of money you need is much higher than coming from this.
With this, we already have investment in the company. We already make the result. Practically, we need more money just to make more offices in the Europe and employ more people to work on the project. But with a minimum amount of the money, like investment 150,000 euros, we managed to already put on the market 7,500 tons of food with the traceability from Spain, Greece, and Croatia, and saved 650 tons. Now it's 700 tons of food in the last 2 weeks.
And really nice closing sentence, Marco. For a while there, I was hoping it might be a little bit shorter. Marco, I hope you enjoy. I saw you tried. You even got rid of the wonderful garden setting with birds chirping in the background that you showed us during the rehearsal, and you put on a serious face, a serious clock behind you. Ready, set up. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
Marco.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Marco Koziak, Vimy Agro, and now we shall proceed to our fifth startup of the day, that is Zydrani. Zydrani creates innovations in the realm of functional food.
Hello, my name is Nika, and I'm here to discuss a raging epidemic that no one is talking about. We know all the corona numbers, but are we aware of this figure? That 1 billion people are estimated to have diabetes by 2045, or that 1 in 5 children today are obese. Why? Because we are eating so many overly processed foods that are not rich in nutrients, which means that we need to constantly take more and more food, more and more sugar, which just produces cravings and spikes in our energy, and at the end of the day provides us with almost no value. At the same time, farmers need to produce 70% more food by 2050 on soil that is already degraded. We can see that this is not a solution. So the question is, how might we naturally create food that boosts absorption of vital nutrient, contains bacteria necessary for our gut health, and that enables us to live longer and happier? And the answer has been here all along, even since the ancient Roman and Greek times, and that is fermentation. It is backed by modern science, which says that gut is our second brain, and that the way we think, the way we behave is directly related to what we eat. And that is why we crafted Zydrani, to unlock the value of food through the art of fermentation, in order to set an environment where we reduce the need to consume by crafting exceptionally potent food. We are starting with wild fermented craft vinegars that contain 13 times more polyphenols than global competitors, such as Willis ACV and Bragg. At the same time, we are also launching, for the first time in the world, raw wild fermented vinegars with fermented herbs and spices. And just 1 drop is already enough to make your plate completely alive. And also, our Zydrani Original can be used as a great starter for anyone who wants to master fermentation at home. We are on a mission to turn every food into superfood by naturally elevating its nutritional profile, and at the same time to provide our consumers with a wide range of tastes to satisfy everyone that we are targeting. The trends are speaking in our favor, with the consumption of fermented foods rising exponentially, especially after COVID, because we can see there was a big spike in Googling food that boosts immunity. Our target markets are mainly Slovenia, Netherlands, and Germany, after which we plan to spread to Western Europe even more. And our target customer are women. We want to empower their well-being, but not just them, but their families, because according to our market research that we have been doing for the last year, women are more likely to buy functional food for their children, for their parents, for their grandparents, etc. So we are enabling a whole society that will eat better, live longer, and be happier. In the first month of sales, we achieved this figure of 2,000 euros, which means 1,000 euros per product. Our trademark registration is in process. We are legal owners of our recipes, and we are launching 12 products in the upcoming 3 months. We are also launching an impact action in September, where we aim to support innovative farmers in Slavonia, and then we are planning to spread our actions to other Croatian regions. We have 3 sales channels that are webshop, HoReCa, and retail through distributors. And what we are now implementing is a subscription model for our webshop so that everyone can get their wellness basket once a month directly delivered to their door. Here are our milestones, out of which I would like to point out our village as a showroom and educational platform for fermentation practices, so we can spread our love for fermentation. The people behind Sidrani, my colleagues Bruno, Eva, and Irina, we have been working on this for the past year together, and looking forward to discover even new fermentation practices. As for the innovation prize, we would like to invest in the R&D process of development of sugar-free, single-use, ready-to-drink functional beverages based on vinegar and sustainable packaging so that we can offer it to HoReCa and home users. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sidrani. We have Nika Pinta joining us live now for the Q&A. Hello, Nika.
Hello, Łukasz. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. How are you feeling today? Are you ready for the Q&A session?
I'm feeling great, Łukasz. Never been readier.
Please relax. Make sure you enjoy the whole thing. It's quite likely one of our jury members might be asking you questions from outer space and being invisible, but be not afraid of any aspect of that. Insightful questions coming from that direction. Enjoy, Nika.
Great.
Hi, Nika. Hrvoje speaking. A nice product that you have presented. I have just one question. You have already started the production of this product, and for the future production, you have to invest a certain amount of money into the production. Do you already have the estimates of investment?
Invested around 200k euros in the first round of investment, and now we are in negotiations for additional 300k euros.
And how do you finance it?
The first phase and the second phase we are
Thank you.
Hi, Nika. It is
an
interesting product. And do you have any feedback from your customer now?
Yes. Yes, out of 10 of our customers are women. And what we're now working on is education, because the feedback that we received is that Sidrani Original is a great starter for anyone to ferment at home. So that is the direction that we want to go in, to focus even more on education of our customers and to provide them with tips and tricks on how to ferment.
Okay. And you achieve a better taste of food with these products.
Could you please repeat? I didn't hear you.
You achieve a better taste of food with your products.
Exactly. Because through the fermentation process, the food is already pre-digested, so the flavors become different, and that is something exceptional because the nutritional value becomes higher. It's easier to digest them, and they can even achieve umami, which is a particular kind of flavor that is usually not present so often in food products.
Okay, thank you.
Now here's invisible Vjekoslav. Hi.
Hello, Vjekoslav.
I see that you have the lots of social impacts, or you are thinking socially. But why women? Why boosting the women? You think I cannot buy the good food for my kids as a man, or?
No, that's not the case. Of course, we support men as well. But the thing is, with women, that is we specified our target group because women are currently entering new roles that are not usual in the society. They're entering new managerial roles. They're changing the way entrepreneurship works. And for a great example is the Prime Minister of Finland, that is. And businesses that have never been seen before. And women now are coming up with great challenges that no other generation before them has had. So they have to think of new ways how to deal with them. So in order to do that, they need to be creative. And for that to happen, they need to have the right fuel. So that is our mission, to provide the right fuel to enable their creativity, their focus, and to support a new generation of leaders.
Okay,
but it's not just about women. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can buy food, good food also for my kids, if I may conclude. But just one clarification also. You mentioned that your target country, Slovenia, Netherlands, and Germany. I like your website. So why only those three countries?
That's where we are starting with. If they Europe, not very strategic. So in Slovenia and Netherlands, we already have plenty of contacts, and we've done a very big research in the past 8 months. We lived in the Netherlands for about 5 months, going to various fairs, establishing contacts with distributors, etc. The same thing with Slovenia. So those are our first countries, especially because of logistics as well, because Netherlands has plenty of distribution channels and Slovenia is close to us. And then Germany, the next one, because plant-based market is growing the highest in Europe there. And then from there, we want to go further in Europe.
Okay, thank you.
And what will be happened in Slavonia in autumn?
Oh, so it's our special product that we are now preparing with, we are giving away all of our profit, well, not giving it away, but actually investing it in young farmers who have innovative practices. So what we are launching is a product with specific ingredients from Slavonia. And we will launch a competition as well, so that young innovative farmers can apply, and we will...
Sorry.
What are these ingredients?
Spomenka, much as I would like to allow all these questions, I'm happy there are so many of them, but we need to finish here. Nika, Pinta, Tsidrani, thank you very much and good luck in today's competition.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our fifth competitor, Tsidrani, with Nika Pintar. And now we shall proceed to number 6 on our list, Future of Oil Gels, startup about innovative gelators of edible oil and water.
I work as scientist at the Roger Bošković Institute. I work in field of gels for the last 20 years. We have developed small organic molecules capable to gel a liquid oil and prevent it from flowing. Why is this important? The food sector intensively searches for an effective way of structuring healthy edible oil. They use saturated fats because they control key physical properties of final products. They can control solid state, texture, spreadability, and taste. But the World Health Organization indicated the importance of controlling the intake of high levels of saturated fats. So food sector has to cut down solid fats to prevent health issues. But besides health problems, there are also environmental problems related to exploitation of palm trees. We can offer a powerful solution because our gelators have a lot of advantages. Very small quantity of gelators is enough to cause gelation of different liquid or vegetable oils. They have thermal and mechanical stability for a prolonged period of time, They are also self-renewable. That means that they can, during transportation, they can self-repair their structure. Production of gelators is cheap and scalable, and they can also be a mechanism for controlled delivery of nutraceuticals or other active substances. So we offer structuring of oil as replacement of solid fats in both water-free and water-containing products. Per 1 gram of gelator, we are capable to gel even 4 liters of oil. I'll show you a few examples or proof of concept in margarine. So we succeeded to avoid 30% of solid fats. Instead of that, we put 30% of healthy oil and only 0.02% of gelator molecules. And we cause gelation or solidification of a real product in collaboration with the domestic food oil company. We have protected our gelators. We have one granted patent, and we also have one patent pending with positive opinion of examiner. So after we have done proof of concepts with different industries, there are only a few steps following us apart from commercialization. So when the technology is going to achieve necessary safety certifications, a scale-up production of gelators would be the next stage. So we want to secure funding to complete the testings to generate revenue growth once gelator would be ready for marketplace. The company will need to build an organizational team to manage non-technical aspects of growth. So we need business and commercialization skills. Big manufacturers worldwide showed expression of interest and intention to buy our gelators. They're waiting for the market-ready product. If you look at the global market of thickening agents, gelators, so on, it's estimated to 19 billions in 2018 and expected to reach over 24 billions of US dollars. And one more important thing, I should say that our intellectual capital value is estimated to 1.7 million euros and future capital value at 7 million euros. Our business model is simple. We will sell gelators to the manufacturers, packed in bags of different volumes. Of course, we are always ready for a licensing of gelators to additive manufacturers. We have an added value. I would say that because we can sell gelators to cosmetics and pharma industry too. Instead of using palm fats for structuring purposes, manufacturers can use more favorable ingredients such as healthier and local oils like sunflower, olive, soybean oil, and they can save palm trees whose exploitation represents huge environmental problem, and finally get added value for people's and consumers' health.
Ladies and gentlemen, the future of oil gels. We have Natasha Sijakovic-Vujicic joining us live now. Hello, Natasha.
Hello, Lucas.
How are you today? How's your readiness for the Q&A session with our jury?
Oh, I'm not so sure. I don't like this online presentations, actually. But
why? Technically, well, think about it this way. There is no stage fright involved. You don't have to stand in front of a massive audience at a big conference center. That would be really stressful, would it not?
Yes, I think that you're right. So I'm ready.
So focus on the positive. Enjoy.
Thanks, Lucas.
Hi, Natasha. Hrvoje speaking.
Hi.
Just one question. I did not understood. Is this patent ownership of the Ruđer Bošković or you privately? And the second question is, I did not understood how do you plan to, let's say, put it in production, this gelator? What is the business model? How to transfer this patent into the real into the real, let's say, company or real production?
Yes, very nice questions. Okay, so I knew that you're going to ask me that. So due to our intellectual property regulations, Institute encourages innovators to start a company, to establish their own companies. And we still didn't do that because we are looking for a strategic partner. We have to go through some steps. We have to do this in vivo tests, and to get from a European Food Safety Authority, we need approvals. For that approval, we need 300,000 euros. So we are looking for investors. So that's the reason why we applied for this competition, because we would like to enlarge our visibility. So the patent is in Institute owns the patent still, but we are looking in the same direction. So we have agreement about this competition. Next question is, so we have, from technical point of view at Institute, we can do gelators at large scale. And for now, we have a lot of not potential customers, because we have done proof of concepts with different industries in Croatia, but we have also contacted a lot of manufacturers worldwide. So they all want to buy our product, but we are not ready for the market because we have to go through this, European rules. We need certificates. So that's a funny situation, because we are ready for market, but we are still not capable to go. That's the reason why we haven't established startup yet.
Thanks.
Hi, Natasha. Who is in your team? Are you working alone or with your colleagues?
No, we have. I'm the inventor of my first patent. We have granted patent for for that innovation, and for second patent we still don't have granted patent. So there are a lot of people working from scientific point of view, but in our let's say startup to be applied only me and our technology advisor from Institute Ruđer Bošković, because from technical point of view, we will not have problem, but we need to manage with organizational skills in future. So we will have to employ people with business skills.
Okay, thank you.
Once again, from out of space, it's Vjekoslav. Just for clarification, if I understood well, you mentioned that this competition is to high up the visibility of the project and of the innovation, or?
Yes, we would like to attract investors. We would like to attract investors, and we need partners to go on. Yes.
Thank you.
That would be all the questions, I assume.
Yes.
Yes. Natasha?
Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed the questions. Well, if it brings you any luck, the color of your shirt matches Vjekoslav's avatar. So I suppose that should give you a little bit of luck.
Okay.
Good luck, and hope you enjoyed the questions.
Thanks, Lucas. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Natasha. Item number 6 on our list, future of oil gels. And now we shall go to number 7, Redukos, Marketo project that enables small and medium food producers in becoming more competitive compared to large retailers.
Welcome to the Marketo platform. We're here to give farmers the tools they need to take their business to the next level. Agri-food systems and markets are under the unprecedented influence of global, environmental, economic, and social pressures. At the same time, they are critical in dealing with various sustainability challenges such as climate change, population growth, food insecurity, malnutrition, resource scarcity, ecosystem degradation, and biodiversity. With our platform, we aim to enable small and medium producers in becoming more competitive compared to retailers who dominate the market. We also want to promote transparency, cooperation, healthy and domestic food with reduced waste. Marketo is an e-commerce platform made out of 4 cross-platform progressive web applications with the purpose of optimizing the process that face every member of an online food market. The platform is created from scratch by us, meaning we have no limitations regarding additional features we can implement. The only segments of the platform for which we use outside solutions is the open-source maps engine OSRM, SendGrid's mailing service, and in the future, various payment provider services. The retailer application provides functionalities for listing products with options for setting preparation times, allowing farmers to prepare or harvest the products fresh for delivery, setting availability periods, allowing pre-orders as well as regular deliveries, different product packages, and discounts in larger amounts, attaching certificates to products, managing stock with the option for auto-renewing quantities in a set period, viewing incoming orders in real time, and editing them in case of unpredictable circumstances with an explanation for the adjustments. The shopper application is similar to any web shop with additional features such as viewing retailer profiles, editing orders until every item in their order is logged due to online payment or latest order parameters, tracking delivery driver on the day of delivery, given an estimated time of arrival, delivery status, and driver location on the map. The admin application gives administrators features to view or edit all data within the platform, set up and edit the logistics of the platform, pickup days, times, delivery cities and prices, pickup locations, online payment options, sorting locations, validating new producers joining the platform, organizing delivery, writing blog-like news articles for shoppers, retailers, inviting new users to the platform, or sending emails to platform users of their choice. The delivery application offers delivery locations sorted based on system-calculated optimal route, order overview showing each customer's name, address, contact number, order summary, notes from the admin or shoppers. They can leave a note for the administrator or edit orders prior to completing delivery, rearrange the delivery route, and one-click options to call the customer or get directions. Marketo is focused on small and medium producers, groups of producers, all types of food markets, and groups of solidarity exchange that want to sell their products together directly to consumers. Marketo meets their needs and simplifies their business on any scale, which creates spare time and money that can be used to improve their products and overall business quality. We have 2 types of competitors: digital solutions that can onboard any producer, give them tools to present their products and sell directly to consumers, but they don't take care of delivery logistics nor allow producers to group and sell their products together. This is less convenient and more expensive for both the customers and producers. Our other competitors are large farmers markets that have bought or made their own solution for the same problem. But these companies do every aspect of the job, meaning if they want to scale, they need to grow in every direction, while we as a developer company are only focused on creating the most intuitive, easy-to-use digital solution that can tackle all problems facing markets of any size, delivering in areas with small populations, big cities, or even multiple cities and villages. The first market using our platform has been in operation for almost 4 months. Producers doubled or tripled their sales since they started, and we have 2 new markets about to start in the capital. If we want to break even, we need 73,000 euros a year. In Croatia, there is around 140,000 producers, and if we look at the numbers we're currently seeing and say that 25 producers make us around 150 euros a month, if we can onboard just 5% of them, we're looking at a cut of just above €500,000 per year, and that's just Croatia. If we want to achieve this, we need to prove our concept works in larger cities as good as it does in small ones, and we need to go global as soon as possible, which means we need to develop a smart help module to simplify the learning process, translate the whole platform and educational materials to English, and create professional educational and promotional video content. If we can achieve this, new markets can onboard without the requirement of someone from our side holding their hand. In our process of developing a profitable company, we see our biggest challenges to be reaching and educating new clients, convincing them that Marketo will increase their productivity and sales, persuading producers into forming groups, and converting users from other solutions. We want our strength to be in the vast number of markets that find our solution fits their needs. This is why we offer between 1 to 3 months free trial for all new clients, depending on their size and expected revenue. After which, we charge between 3 and 5% of their monthly revenue through the platform, depending on their volume. Thank you.
That was Redukos, ladies and gentlemen. We have Ivan joining us live now. Hello, Ivan.
Hi. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you with us. Ivan, tell me, how does it feel to have watched all those competitors before you?
A bit scary. They're all good. They're all trying to do good things, but we can only hope that our solution will meet the standards and that we can go to the European finals.
Well, the good news is that democratically, you also have 5 minutes to address all the questions the jury may have. Are you ready?
Sure am.
Enjoy.
Yeah, hi, Hero speaking. Just one question for the beginning. Kind of platforms are became extremely important, especially because of the Corona crisis. But within these kind of platforms, how do you manage or better say, ensure the quality of the goods is going to be provided to the final customers?
So we make sure that the customers understand that they're buying directly from the producers, that they can contact the producers, leave a review for them. We want to make this connection between the customers and the producers and have them, leave reviews and try and make the best product so that customers would buy it. So if you don't make a good product, customers are going to see and they're going to go to a different producer. Same as on the markets.
Thank you.
There are many similar products on the market. How can you be sure you will success?
So we're trying to differentiate from other solutions because we group producers together. We try to handle all the logistics for the producers and have them just do what they're supposed to do to make the best quality product. And with our platform, we allow administrators to do everything else. So producer just makes the best quality product. Somebody else is going to take care of delivery and all the logistics. They just need to present themselves and their products.
Are you focused on organic producers or every?
So we onboard every producers, but we have special functionalities for organic producers so that they can attach their certificates to the products, so the customers can actually see the certificate of the product that they're buying, and they have an advantage on the market.
And you didn't introduce your team. Are you working alone?
No, we're a child company of a 40-year-old, 10-man strong developer company. There's 5 of us on the project at the moment. It's a designer, 2 senior programmers, the founder of our hometown eco market, and me.
Okay, thank you.
Now, from the space question, Vyacheslav. It's Vyacheslav. Just for clarification again. So basically, you try to combine supply and demand side, and you will not only be the web platform, but you will provide logistic. If I understood
We provide the tools for the logistics and the education on how to use our tools and how other markets handle the logistics. So we don't actually do the deliveries. We give all the tools that markets would need to handle this on their own, but they need an administrator to handle logistics, customer support, managing the website, and so on.
So we're just do the logistic, the producer or the third side.
So every market needs to have an administrator. It needs to have a person that handles logistics. It's not all markets have this person, but the markets that we were introduced with, they all have an administrator that's sending out their orders, taking them in, and then handling logistics. So it's not, producers are not alone. They need to have an extra administrator that takes care of everything else.
That's clear, but I'm still not understand who will do the logistic, because if you put it on the producer side, it's not just that they only need to produce the best quality products. That they also need to have some kind of logistic for the delivering of these products. That's what I don't understand. Sorry.
So by using our platform, you have an application for the administrator, which makes this job a lot easier, which means even one producer can say, okay, I'm going to be the administrator of our group. It's a new person that's not necessarily a producer, but it's enough that one producer can say, okay, I'm going to be the administrator. I'm going to hire one person to do deliveries, 5, depending on the size, but it's another person on top of the market. When the market onboards,
now I'm clear. Thank you. Okay, you now explain me. Thank you.
30 seconds.
No further.
Sounds like we have no further questions.
Thank you.
Unmute, please. Oh, we had some final comment. Can we unmute, please? 20 seconds left. Or not?
Just one further question. These kind of platforms typically quite a lot investment in marketing. Do you have any estimates on those costs?
So digital marketing won't work because it's hard to target market owners, only through LinkedIn. Our tactic is to create educational, informational video content so that it's available to anyone who can find us. We would target market owners through LinkedIn, and then we would have all the educational, promotional, informational videos done, but we need to outsource that because we're developers, and that's why we need the money. We can make the best product, but we need help marketing and all that.
Thank you to the jury. Thank you, Ivan. Pleasure having you with us, and good luck in the competition.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. That was Redekos, our last competitor, and Ivan Laut. And let's now try and see if we can get Marco back for the Q&A session.
Yes,
Hello
I'm
there.
here. Hello
Yes, you're
there.
here.
I'm really sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear
Try
me?
and move a little less, Marco. Sit down, relax. You have 5 minutes.
Okay. So sorry once again because of this very bad internet connection. Now I'm on my mobile phone, so hopefully now it will be okay. So thank you very much that you give me. Sorry?
You have suddenly become black and white, but that in no way creates an issue for us. So, Marco, I'm handing over to the jury. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Marco, just one question from
Yes.
Kilo.
Yes.
Show that a project which is in a really demanding market, the market of the in which large corporates are really dominant. I asked you the question, how do you plan to make these competitors your partners, or better said, your clients? Because they are really having a huge R&D departments.
Yes, yes, I understand your question, and your question is very good. But as I said, we have something which they don't have, because we made these combinations of microorganisms and chemical agents. So we succeed in synergism between microorganisms and chemical agents. And with this synergism, we could turn our competitors into our clients, because this is something new, something which will be also very interesting in the future, because the both combination and working of microorganisms and chemical agents is a future of the modern agriculture, and it will help in the production of functional food. And these microorganisms are having beneficial effects on the plant. So at the same time, we have plant growth promoters, plant protection, and at the same time, we have got the plant nutrition in certain time periods.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I haven't seen market research. Have you done it?
Yes, we have done it in the last year, and we have tested a lot of local or a lot of organic producers in Croatia, and they are very interested into new products, because they also want to produce a healthier food, and the food which will be functional, because I think that they also know that the healthy food and functional food is a source of our health, and our health is our only wealth at the end.
Do you have any client for?
Yes, I have got several clients. So in the last year, we have altogether 15 test buyers, and we applied on different plant cultures. And currently, we are working on very interesting plant, which is a hemp. It is a hemp plant, and we are hoping that we will also have a very good result at the end with this plant cultures. And currently, we also are working on the cabbage, on salad, and on tomatoes.
Okay. You can compare the plants treated with your microcapsules and normal.
Yes, we did that, and we had fantastic results because in the case of the tomatoes, we increased the level of lycopene, which is a very important antioxidant. We increased the level of lycopene for 200%. In the case of lettuce, we increased the level of chlorophyll, which is also a very important part of the salad, for almost 86%. So as I said, we are in the way of the production of functional food, and we need to start to think that we need to use a personal nutrition and protection of the plant cultures. And also we need to decrease the usage of organic chemicals because it has got a negative impact on the nature and also on the human health and also on the climate changes.
Okay, thank you.
It's Vyacheslav. Just what is the main reason why you are here today?
The main reason for me here is to present my product, which is a result of scientific investigations. The main reason is of course to get some financial funds, because without the money you can't make any kind of scientific investigations. Also, we need some money to start with this patent application process. I already have a patent lawyer from Germany, so we started with that. So, without the money, you don't have any kind of honey at the end. So,
Marco,
of course, I need,
Now that you mentioned starting, we need to stop here.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We are really happy you succeeded to connect and speak to the jury and answer all the questions. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And once again, I'm sorry for my very bad internet connection, but at the end I solved it. And thank you once again.
You did. Good luck in today's competition. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marco was the last startup in our today's competition. The jury will now have some time to deliberate and decide on our top 3 from today's country final. And it's also a perfect moment for us to introduce the much-awaited voting procedure for the audience prize. The link to the audience vote website is this one on the screen, along with the QR code that you can also use to access the website. Starting from now, you have 5 minutes only to cast your vote. You can vote during the keynote speech and we'll be closing after 5 minutes, as mentioned earlier. Please go to the link we show on the screen and vote for the startup you would like to award with the audience prize. The startup that gets the biggest number of votes will also have 2,000. Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, 7 finalists that presented their innovative ideas and solutions in this final and for whom you can cast your vote. That is Zeus Biotics, biotech startup developing probiotics for the use in beekeeping. Crop Shepherd, mobile robot with AI, computer vision, and a laser used for organic weeding. Maccabi, Marco, you've just heard him, small capsules for big plants and functional food. Vimi Agro matching network platform that provides info from field to the table. We have Zidrani creates innovations in the realm of functional food. We have Future of Oil Gels startup about innovative gelators of edible oil and water. And Reducos, Marketo project that enables small and medium food producers in becoming more competitive compared to large retailers. Ladies and gentlemen, I watched some of you commenting extensively on your favorites on the YouTube channel, EIT YouTube channel. I suppose a good strategy to compete for the Audience Award of €2,000 was to share the link with some of your friends and fans of your startups across the social network. I hope this has been successful. Now, speaking of hope, I hope we are now ready for our live keynote connection. We are joined by Efka Heder, Senior International Education and Women Entrepreneurship Expert. Let me see if we can connect to Efka now. If not, we might wait a little to see if that is possible. If not, let me just give you some background. EIT Food is there to support you as an entrepreneur, regardless of what stage you're currently at. If you have an idea or looking to raise Series B investment, EIT Food has different support programs available to help you. These can be found at eitfood.eu/entrepreneurship. Now, coming back to the Innovation Prizes competition, ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you that the first place winners from each of the 17 countries' local finals will be invited to the grand final in autumn, during which, well, the least you can expect is fame in the industry and €25,000, not to mention learning from entrepreneurs and the entire ecosystem within the agro-food industry. And if you'd like to watch the remaining 2 country finals, you can always check the dates, the details. They can be found at eitfood.eu/events. Now, can we come back and see if Efka is already with us? Efka Heder, Senior International Education and Women Entrepreneurship Expert. Still trying to connect with Efka.
Oh, I'm here.
Hello,
can you hear
great
me?
to have you with us. Yes, I can hear you. I certainly hope our audience can hear you. How are you today?
Fine. Greetings from Zagreb. It's hot here, but I can see also it's hot in digital world around EIT food competition. So I'm happy to address this respective floor.
Yeah, tell us something about yourself and what you will talk about today.
So thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Terra Technopolis for organizing all things behind what we are seeing at the moment, because it's a huge work before that. Currently, I am the old lady, 54 years old, working in the area of education, working in the area of entrepreneurship education, digital literacy, and developing on the EU level, developing education, innovative educational modalities. But maybe just because we have limited time, Lukasz, that I start with address, if it is okay with you.
Absolutely, enjoy.
Thank you. So, as I already said, some years are above my head and on my back, and the world in which I was born was the world where we were like standing before the telephone stands and stations in city and try to call someone. And nowadays we're all connected in totally different way. Throughout the history, the market accessibility for everyday entrepreneurs moved from local market to global market. And everything was going linearly and everything was going nice. And then suddenly 6 months ago, bam, our world we lived in, world of very well connected global markets in physical terms, totally changed. And what we're observing now is that entrepreneurs are all over the world, no matter are we talking about developing countries, less developing countries or continents, they are actually struggling to shift to new digital world. And this is what we're observing also today. And I would like to thank EIT Food for this great support and great initiative to move with pitching to the digital world. We find ourselves in huge need for creative solutions in everyday sphere of our lives. And this is again and again and again, it's proved that entrepreneurs show to be superheroes of our societies. And they are the one finding solutions. They're the one finding solutions in delivering food during the global lockdown, or they're the one connecting the markets, and I would like to use this opportunity to thank them. With very simple fact that entrepreneurs of tomorrow are in our schools today, there is no more space, there is no more any excuse for avoiding that entrepreneurial and digital competence as a key competence defined within the EU key competence framework, and lately, just several days ago, published European Skills Agenda, which is complementary with the COVID package, that entrepreneurial and digital literacy are necessary as two hands to the body. We are very keen, to talk about money. Money is here, money is there, but at the end of the day, the money is not so accessible. So all these great ideas about which were presented today, they need, especially nowadays in this critical moment, they need even more greater accessibility to financial resources. And this is what I see that the package COVID financial envelope is, which is now in the preparation and is ready to be launched, is of utmost importance to have strong focus on youth, especially, and new generation entrepreneurs, because my head is already maybe too old for some new ideas. For second chance entrepreneurs. I am at the moment team leader of the EU-funded project in Kosovo, and I can share with you that the entrepreneurs are struggling a lot. And this is where we need to put all of our efforts to support the second chance, building on already embedded entrepreneurial ethos, mindset, wish, think, whatever we are thinking about. And then not to forget the silver entrepreneurs. And this is where I see that EIT as an organization, especially in line with the new strategic period 21-27 and pillars of strategic direction, as well as EIT Food, have special, very special and important role to play. Support innovative entrepreneurial ideas also through connectivity of the whole learning system is very important, with schools and universities be acting as entrepreneurial nests. And there is no excuse. We need to do that. Now it's a necessity to act in this respect. What we are observing now with all these new tools, but still we are seeing big black holes in educational system also. Because educational system need to respond even faster, need to respond even with more advanced technologies, especially inventing and including Classroom 3.0, Classroom 4.0 technology, especially in the area of vocational education and training. And this is where we are lacking still, and maybe this will be some of the incentives or some of the push for some new entrepreneurs to act in this direction. What we're also, it's necessity and there is no more excuse that knowledge sharing and technology transfer, vertical but also horizontal, on all levels, local level, national level, regional level, EU and global level, is must. As you ask me what I'm doing currently I am team leader, as I already said, of EU-funded project ALET 2 in Kosovo. It's the biggest one at the moment. And you can imagine with which challenges we find ourselves, starting with the one project envelope and then facing with what we are all facing now all over the globe. And the title of the project is Aligning Education and Training with Labor Market Needs. So we started with the survey to see because Kosovo is a small market, 1.8 million people preparing themselves for future EU accession. And of course, it's dealing with the consequences coming from the global market. But still, there are in line with the smart specialization strategies, there are the certain bright points or sectors which for Kosovo is very important. And we find out through the survey that these sectors are agriculture, food processing, mechanical engineering, and energy production and energy supply. Maybe for you who are not so familiar, in Kosovo, there is also the big challenge to deal with environmental issues related to the production of the energy with the fossil fuels. And whenever there are great people and there are right people, and when they sit together, there is always solution. So within the project, University of Pristina, as oldest university, said, we feel like we're a dinosaur. We need to make a step forward. We need to work and push for the third mission of the university. The classical time is behind us. So the third mission of the university, this is what we are not performing. The knowledge triangle support, this is what we are not performing. And we are talking about the youngest nation in Europe. So on the incentive of initiative on the University of Pristina, the cluster hub to support vocational education and training and the private sector development was initiated. And here I would like to use this opportunity that we applied all the principles of structured peer learning, where, when you don't need something, you're asking the person who knows. And we asked the Terra Technopolis from Osijek and Professor Ivan Štefanić, and great team from University of Pristina and great team from Terra Technopolis. They try to make the shift in their mindset, the culture shift, and to move a little bit outside of the university towards the developing of the third mission of the university. And at the moment, we are in a phase of establishing the cluster hub, for the first time established in the tripartite system, as University of Pristina is initiator with City of Pristina, where the mayor of Pristina is very innovative and advanced mayor, young generation mayor, who said, yes, this is what we need. We want to have our town move toward the smart solutions. And then also the Kosovo Chamber of Economy said, it's no go. Without us, this is not possible. So we are also want to be the part of the gang and the part of the team. And at the moment, we are in the phase of this establishment where the 4 key sectors, and I'm just to repeat them: agriculture, food processing, and then mechanical engineering, electrotechnical engineering, and in Pristina University, agriculture and food processing are in the one faculty. We are joining the Faculty of Education, where all these 4 faculties together are now working on the system solution for boosting the third mission of the university, and also to look forward for possibility in the future that the cluster hub joined as observer, if it's possible, to the EIT food community. Time is limited, and as I already said, entrepreneurs of tomorrow are in our schools today. Entrepreneurial literacy, digital literacy, they are the new literacies, and it's a necessity that they are inserted in every curricula, in every school, every student, every teacher to think in that way, to act in that way, every school director, every university rector, every university student. And this is the only way how we can all together boost and support the recovery of our societies in the new conditions. And if you allow me, I would like to invite all of us, let's we all together turn what is seen as a threat at the moment into opportunity. And I would like to inform you that there is a huge community of colleagues in Kosovo just observing and following what is going on at the moment and following on this event. So thank you very much, all of you, and I am open for your questions.
Thank you very much, Evka. I hope you're still with me because I can see myself only for now. Evka, can we?
Here. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you
wonderful.
hear me? See me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you and see you very well. To start
Very
with,
good.
because you provoked me a little mentioning this 3 times in your presentation. Your age, I mean. 54 is young. Think about it. Harlan Sanders was probably 65 or something when he launched his KFC franchise, and there are lots and lots of people who are only thinking about starting a global business at 60 plus. So I guess it's a matter of half glass full, half glass empty perspective. But
actually, I reached my goal because I was hunting for compliments, and I just got them from you. So thank you for that, Lukasz.
Well, I was thinking it was merely a statement of a fact. I'm still far from a compliment, Evka. Let me hit you with a hard question. We've all heard a lot of negative aspects of the pandemic, and yet this event itself is a proof of human flexibility and resilience. I mean, I expected a perfect holiday season in that nothing would be happening, whether it's consulting, training, coaching, or emceeing events, and yet it's a record figure for different international events because lots and lots of companies are moving successfully online. But the question is, if you were to focus on some positive aspects of the situation caused by the pandemic, the less obvious ones that can have a positive long-term impact also on the food industry, what would that be? So what are the likely positive outcomes of this situation? Not wishful thinking, but...
Yeah, definitely positive outcome is that we are pushed. Finally, there is no more excuse for new technologies to be implemented in everyday practice. It's sad that we needed to have this kind of crisis, that our minds and our ears and our eyes were open and that we become ready to accept them. Positive aspects are also that we are actually utilizing all the potential of the youth, because youth with the new technologies will be the one accommodated very fastly and in a very fast way to support the global market and development of the world. But also in all this, we are now facing with something, allow me to reflect on the world of consultancy and the world of financial support and financial services. And with the digital technology, actually, we're able to follow the path of public money invested and to find what is the real impact and to see that immediately in the real time. But allow me also to reflect on not negative side, but think on what we will need to reflect or be careful or to take care of. And this is the reality that digital highways are still not developed. And these digital highways are preventing people to connect to the digital world. And nowadays I'm coming from Kosovo, and to be realistic that accessibility to different digital tools is diversify the world. And we need to be careful to address inequality, especially in education. And this is the threat that because education by definition in Europe is a public good, and this is what we are all dedicated to, and we need to put a lot of effort that we need to ensure access and availability of educational modalities to every citizen of Europe.
Thank you very much. Evka, one more question. If you were to leave our today's audience, mostly I suspect of young entrepreneurs, aspiring startups, people who dream of setting up their own business that hopefully generates some positive impact on environment, health, food, what would be your pitch, your short message to all the young entrepreneurs?
The world is yours. Don't be afraid. Just open your soul and your brain, and that's it. Don't be afraid of the world.
And hopefully do it sooner than when the world stands on the edge or precipice, as we indicated in this conversation.
Let's we shift to the positive one, and let's we see opportunity, and let's we head towards opportunity, because there is a lot of different signs and different voices which I would not like to prevail, because at the end of the day, entrepreneurial spirit is the one looking always for a positive one, for the solution, for the contribution to the society and to the well-being. And of course, now more than ever, ethical support and well-being of every citizen of the world is what is needed.
Well, to conclude this conversation, speaking of spirit, experience, and age, I suppose, Evka, you have come across people in your life who happen to be very young in terms of age and yet somehow very old in terms of spirit, and vice versa, people who are very old in terms of age and extremely young in spirit. Have you?
Yes, of course. It's always like that. And, you know, the age is just like the measure of kilometers taken. Also, sorry, my phone is ringing. But also we need to be aware in the COVID conditions that the age is a certain factor. So
thank you very much,
yes.
Evka. You even have a positive, optimistic ringtone in your phone. Thank you very much for this conversation and for the event.
Thank you. Thank you for this great event.
Thank you so much. Evka Heder, Senior International Education and Women Entrepreneurship Expert. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to announce the awards, but before we do, here's a quick highlights video from the previous EIT Innovation Prizes competition. Enjoy.
The scale of the problems that we're facing in our food system are huge. So EIT Food has come about to change this.
Events like these show the incredible creativity that people have in the space of the food industry.
The startups play a fundamental role. They take the risk of bringing these new innovations to the market.
Okay, let's do it!
We designed this competition to find new disruptive ideas.
This is one of the best call for startup in the food category.
We have found here plenty of people that really want to change the world.
There's a lot of actors working together to find solution for our project, our startup.
I never seen this beautiness in project for food tech like this one.
You learn from them, you also get some training so that you develop business plans.
This competition is inspiring, but it's also challenging.
EIT Food is experience, inspiration.
Challenging, energizing, and fun.
The future of the food ecosystem
is about connection and evolution.
Best three things of this competition are youth, networking, and enthusiasm.
Atmosphere, mentors, and prize.
Quality of advisors, quality of the education, and quality of the food.
You will connect to other people with other entrepreneurs, and you will learn what's happening in the food ecosystem.
There are so many solutions waiting to be implemented that can actually make a big impact on how we see the food in the future.
We want to listen to young people to see which are the best business opportunity for innovation in the food market.
To help Europe build a food system that's better for people's health, better for the environment, and also more trusted and traceable.
Ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned earlier, we have all the results now. And so the winner of the Audience Award in the Croatian country final is Zeus Biotics, Filip Uljanic. Hello there. Hi, Filip.
Hi.
Yeah, that's a big smile, as expected. Your red carpet moment, Filip.
Sorry?
Your red carpet moment. Anything you'd like to say, thank someone, whatever comes to your mind at this point.
I want to thank EIT for organizing this event. I want to thank my team, and especially a big thanks, of course, to our supporters for voting and getting us to this prize.
Thank you. Congratulations, Philip. And stay tuned for the 3 top awards. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That was the Audience Award winner, Filip Uljanic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now proceed to our 3 main awards: third prize, second prize, and of course, Country Startup of the Year title. Let's start with the third place. It's Vimy Agro, Marco Koziak, ladies and gentlemen. And now let's proceed to the second spot, and that is Future of Oil Gels, and Natasha. Ladies and gentlemen, and finally, the moment you have all been waiting for, it's Zeus Biotics. Zeus Biotics, the winner of the country final in Croatia. Philip, that's a double smile there. The unfolds in front of you for the second time today already. Lucky you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Both the audience and the jury believe yours is the best proposal for today's country final. And the competition was tough, wasn't it?
Yes, the competition was very tough. I think these are all very, very high quality startups. And you mentioned several times about the COVID and the downturn in the economy. I think this is exactly what this type of startups and these types of competitions are exactly what we need right now to create a more resilient economy in the face of these new challenges.
What's your next step, Philip?
Our next step is to conduct our optimization of our product for industrial production in cooperation with our partners. And this prize is exactly what we need for the push in this direction.
I asked this question to Efka, but I'm going to ask you also. Looking at this current pandemic situation, can you think of one really positive outcome of the way it has changed our habits or may change our habits in the future?
Well, I think it will really make us think about the economies, what they're based on, what is necessary to create a more competitive economy, for example, for the countries in Eastern and Southern Europe. And maybe after all this, we will be a bit more innovative and a bit more resilient to such events.
Speaking of resilience, both startups and corporations, different types of companies and institutions, whether public or private, have some stereotypes attached. Startups, as such, are usually known for their dynamics, flexibility, youth, ability to adapt. My question to you is, do you think the pandemic has made us slow down a little in the best sense of the word?
Well, I think it has definitely caused people to slow down, think a bit about our habits, about our consumption, and maybe even think about their health and some new habits which may improve their health in the long term, such as eating healthy food and eating food sourced from local producers.
And what matters in life and what might actually matter a little less. Thank you very much, Philip. Once again, congratulations on actually hitting the jackpot and winning everything there was to win today. Zeus Biotics, Filip Uljanic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our first prize winner will participate in the grand final in autumn and will have an opportunity to compete with other first prize country final winners, as well as try and win €25,000. Quite a day, very interesting startup presentations. Our upcoming finals, the 2 left is tomorrow, Turkey, and day after, Bulgaria. Ladies and gentlemen, all that is left for me at this stage is to thank our jury members to begin with, Hervoy, Spomenka, Viekoslav, everyone involved in the preparation of today's successful final, I dare say, Paulina, Sylvia, Wojtek, Michał from the ProIdea team, hub representatives, Julia and Joseph on the EIT food side, everyone involved in preparations, and of course, all of you watching us live on YouTube, our fantastic audience. Thank you very much. Stay safe and see you soon.